As some of you know, I recently moved to London for university to study mechanical engineering of all things. But the thing is, I'm a gaming tech YouTuber and I can't call myself that if I didn't bring along a overly overkill, extremely stupid and impractical gaming setup. Because after all, if I don't bring along a gaming setup, how do I test gaming mice? Anyway, I'll do a video on the setup in a couple of days once everything is a lot neater and sorted out. Let's talk about the PC I built for this setup, which I then packed full of foam and brought with me on the plane all the way here to London. So this PC has traveled like 14,000 kilometers, which is insane. Now this PC is actually pretty similar to the Encase M1 build I did a couple of months ago, but there have been some significant upgrades and pretty obvious and significant customizations. Starting off with the most eye-catching bit, the case. So the case is actually a Lian Li Dan A4 H20, which is one of the most popular small form factor PC cases right now since it can fit a 3-slot GPU and it can also fit a 240mm all-in-one water cooler. So it can fit a lot of stuff in 11.6 liters, making it perfect to build a high-power, super amazing PC to bring with me without taking too much of my luggage space. Remember, I'm moving countries, so my luggage space is also needed for clothes and necessities for, well, living in London. But the thing is, this case is clearly not stock because the stock case is just silver and black and doesn't have a ZXTech logo on the front. So how did I get it customized and how did it turn out so nice? I know this case has been customized in a way that's pretty childish. Okay, I know. But I've always wanted a hot rod red PC with Go Faster stripes and my logo on it, so this is kind of a dream come true for me, and it's not really a big deal. So this PC case was customized because I brought the side panels to Aftershock Australia. And in Aftershock Australia, they have something very unique and fancy called Ultra Labs, which is a dedicated $10 million crack team of customization experts whose entire purpose in life and their entire job is to just customize and make PCs go crazy. And within the matter of like 3 days, we came up with design, painted the panels, and then clear coated the panels, and then printed these fancy designs and stripes and logos all over the panels so that I now have a customized Lian Li Dan A4 H20. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately, because the whole customization job was done in like 3 days, we didn't really have time to have a very thick and protective clear coat, and also because I shipped it to London in my luggage, it got chipped. Also, I did fly to Australia to shoot the video about customizing this PC. So if you want to see the behind the scenes of that customization office and BTS of this PC being customized, you can definitely subscribe for that. It'll be coming in a few weeks. Next up, it's the CPU, motherboard, and water cooling. And those are unchanged from my Encase M1 build. So if you've watched that video, nothing's changed. If you haven't, well, basically it's a 7900 CPU. It's a Ryzen 12 core 24 thread, perfect for streaming, perfect for small form factor since it's so low heat, and it also was sent to me by AMD, so it was perfect for me. The motherboard was a Asus B650E-I, which is an excellent ITX motherboard, really fancy. And one thing that I really liked about this, and I still like about this, is that the headphone jack on the back has a very good amp and makes my headphones actually sound good, whereas with my older, cheaper motherboard, my R70X would always sound like crap and I would have to get an external sound card and everything. With this, it's actually really powerful, so I never have that issue. And the water cooler is a Aftershock Glacier water cooler that I pulled from a Aftershock rig I got a couple of months before that. But there is one notable improvement, and that is the fans. Instead of using the stock Aftershock fans, which are decent, I decided to get Arctic Cooling to send me some P12 PWM fans, which they gladly did, so shout out to them. And these are really good quality, value for money fans. But if you were to build this PC now, or build a small form factor PC now, and you were going to get Arctic P12 fans, get the P12 Max instead. I think the same price as the PWM, but they are built more for static pressure situations. That is to say, if the fan needs to push air through a radiator or through a very compressed, like enclosed space, like with a small form factor PC like this, get the P12 Max instead. It will give you a couple of degrees improvement and you'll be able to lower fan speeds, which means more quiet performance as well. The P12 fans though are all really good. It's one of my favorite lines of PC case fans to recommend because they are so value for money, they're so high performance, and just everyone recommends them. They're good. Shout out to Arctic for sending them over. As for the SSD, I decided to upgrade from just a 1TB Lexar SSD, and I threw in a 500GB SSD that I just had lying around, which was a WD Black. And then we have the GPU. So the GPU I'm currently using is the 7900 XT. But the thing is, I actually have a RTX 3080 Ti, courtesy of Aftershock. They basically just pulled one from a demo unit. Since it's last gen, they don't have it in demo units anymore. And they were like, you can have it if you need it. And the reason I took it was because I needed a NVIDIA graphics card. I've been thinking of starting to do some sort of streaming. I don't know whether I want to do game streaming streaming. I don't know whether I want to do like uni-related streaming, tech streaming. I haven't exactly figured out what I want to do streaming-wise yet, but I might be switching out this 7900 XT for a 3080 Ti, even though it is going to perform a little worse with the 3080 Ti in that. I would definitely like the 3080 Ti because it will have NVENC, which means streaming is going to be more stress-free and hassle-free. But if you're just gaming, the 7900 XT is probably a better pick, especially since they are almost the same price now for some reason. And last but not least, all of it is powered by the really excellent Cooler Master V850 SFX power supply. The only flaw with the power supply is that it doesn't have an option for braided cables, but either way, this power supply has been flawless and excellent. No problem. So yeah, that's my gaming PC probably for the next 2 to 3 years, unless my channel becomes really big and I start getting sent crazy things in the United Kingdom. Unless that happens, this is probably the PC that's going to be sticking around for the next 3 years, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's very powerful, it's going to be flawless gaming for streaming, and I have zero complaints about it. Do I wish I had a 7950 X3D? Of course I do, but at the same time, it probably would be too hot for a rig like this, so probably not the greatest idea ever. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little rundown of my small form factor tiny gaming PC that traveled 14,000 kilometers to London with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video, probably in a couple of days. Bye.